thing I want to mention, I'm actually a little curious what you think about this, Ro. I know you haven't watched this series. It's probably not really, it may not even be up your alley. It's the Pendragon cycle, which was done by the Daily Wire. It's a brilliant series. It's incredibly good. It's incredibly well made. I have some complaints about it. And the conclusion I've come to, unless they find some other way to distribute that material other than on a news, political, site, in 10 years, that series will be forgotten about if it's that long. Despite being so good, they have done nothing with VOD. They've done nothing with physical over there. And so at this point, I don't know if they will ever release that outside of their very narrow window. And I think that's sad. I think that that's a really good series that'll be just lost.
I've never heard of it. I'm looking it up now.
Yeah, so it's Lougheed wrote the books. It's obviously a King Arthur story. I think they did the first 2 books, or I guess it's about the first book and a half in this season, and they did an excellent job with it. The acting is phenomenal. Some of the people that acted in this were unheard of. Like nobody knew, like the guy that plays the main character, like self-filmed his audition tape and somehow got it in somebody's hand.
Oh, wow.
And there's 3 or 4 people in that they're going to blow up after that. I mean, so I guess some good could come out of it and some of those people's careers taking off because several brilliant actors. But yeah, it's with the more and more streaming services popping up and not having access immediately to the traditional physical release market, I see this becoming more and more of a problem potentially.
Yeah.
Where things go unseen by the masses and then in a few years they're forgotten about.
Well, yeah, that's what we were talking about as far as distribution and movie theaters. This is just another way of, relegating these type of projects to less eyes. Mm-hmm. I'm watching some, while we're sitting here, I'm watching a lot of the behind the scenes stuff on IMDb, and it's a colossal looking project. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's solid. I mean, it is solid all the way around. I mean, I literally, my only gripe with the show is how abruptly it ended. And obviously they did it not knowing whether there's going to be a season 2 or not. And they ended it as if they were, instead of finding a clean cut so that it just stands free, they ended it as if they're coming back with apparently no plans currently to come back. So it feels very abrupt.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah. But other than that, it's a fantastic series.
I've never heard of Daily Wire Plus. And so I'm personally really fed up with all the different streaming services there are, especially how many times it's like, a major studio owns a movie you want to watch and it's not even on their freaking service. It's like, come on. It's so annoying. So, or like even when series like aren't even on the same service, like there's news like a day or 2 ago about like supposedly there's going to be a new Arnold Conan movie.
Yes.
And so I was like, okay, I've been interested in watching those for a while. So I was like, let me go see where the first one's streaming. Because I saw the second one's on Netflix. First one's off on like AMC Plus. And I'm like, don't get me wrong. AMC is very notable, but they have a very strong deal with Netflix. And where I don't feel like that they deserve to have their own service. So it's like.
Right. I guess it's the thing is, I guess I'm ready for the day when some of these services fail and go by the wayside. There's too many. Like you cannot, like we were duped.
Yeah, absolutely. We were tricked. Like, hey, don't spend $130 on cable. Try our service. Well, guess what? We're spending more now.
Yeah. Not to mention the bandwidth, the internet bandwidth that it uses.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Everything keeps going more and more streaming. It's like, y'all are acting like, this bandwidth is just infinite. Like, the more, especially depending on the type of service you're on. I mean, I'm on fiber now, but when I was on cable, and you're basically sharing bandwidth with everyone on that line, it was certain times a day. Like, cause I mean, I was a big game, FPS gamer. There were certain times a day, like dinner time, you couldn't play because there were just too many people using the internet.
Yeah, that's funny.
And so, I mean, it's better than it used to be, and obviously it's going to continue getting better, but like, I don't know. It's crazy to me the way everything's gone towards streaming. And yes, I really do feel like we were duped. And I feel like we could kind of see it coming, but I feel like it's actually worse than I thought it was going to be.
You said something a few seconds ago. You can't wait, or you would like it if some of these streaming services fail. Do you realistically think that they would, or do you feel like somehow, I mean, I guess I'm asking as if you were a CEO of one of the companies, but restructuring obviously is a thing. That's what they do to keep their bottom line in check.
Right.
But a lot of these streaming services, and I think Netflix for a very, very, very long time was the only streaming service that actually made a profit. Yeah. And I don't think that a lot of the streaming services even now make that much of a profit because of the business model. I don't know. It feels a little weird.
I look at Amazon, and Amazon turned out some pretty good stuff over the years since they started, but I don't even know how Amazon determines whether their streaming service makes money. I guess it's less important for them because that's how Apple. Yeah, that's how Apple is. Apple is notorious for not telling people what shows are on their service because it's like, I feel like Apple production and movies are an afterthought because that's not where their money is. Yeah,
they make money elsewhere, and they just happen to make movies and put it on their streaming service. Because for years I did not know about some of the shows on Apple TV, and then I was scrolling through one day, and I'm like, oh my god, this is fantastic. So it's
the sleeper hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as the things failing, like, I guess I feel like there's some of these services that are out there creating streaming services just to jump in the pool. And it's like, do you even have enough content? And are you making content that's going to keep something like this viable? Like, obviously Apple jumped in and made some very top-notch content. Mm-hmm. So did Amazon. But like Amazon, you buy your Prime membership. So like, I know lots of people that have Prime that never watched a show on it.
Sure.
Yeah. It's their shopping, it's
right.
So I don't even know,
because they're giving it away.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, it's free with my Prime membership. Right. So, I don't know. I know at one point in time, a few years ago, there was talk about beginning to see, I know Walmart actually pursued it where they were wanting to basically have a service that bundled a number of streaming services together, and it fell through late in the process. And part of that was because of all the chaos with the constant mergers and sales and stuff over at Warner. Because they were constantly shuffling stuff around, and I know they were one of the big ones they were wanting to go with. And you've got Paramount, and you've got the Peacock, and I mean, Peacock initially kind of failed. Mm-hmm. And then they kind of restructured it, and now it's back. But I still don't know how they create enough content to keep it alive.
I just want to say, that's the one service I'm like, there's like nothing there, for me, really. Like,
honestly, the Peacock,
there's one show I could think of that I go and watch there, but other than that, there's like nothing. Yeah.
So that one in particular, if they drop another Psych movie, I'll pay for it to watch another Psych movie. But like outside of that, I really don't care. Although I'm pretty sure, I'm trying to figure, I think Peacock might be one of the ones I get with my Amazon subscription now. I'm not sure. I know they kind of bundled some of that there.
I watch Peacock and obviously they're part of the NBC Universal family, but I watch Peacock for all the true crime, shows like Dateline and all that stuff.
Yeah. I only like Twisted Metal on there. Bunch of dumb fun, that is.
But speaking of streaming, I think this would be a perfect opportunity for us to announce the R5 Plus streaming service with
Yeah.
all Red 5 network channels.
There you go.
Streaming 24 hours a day.
Hey there, sci-fi fans. We hope you enjoyed this clip from a previous live stream of the Science Fictionary podcast. We hope you'll go check out other episodes. We hope you'll hit that like and that subscribe button. And please go check out all of our friends over at the Red 5 Network. And as always, may the Force be with you.